Hello Internet, welcome back to the Blade Showcase for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and today we are going to be looking at Theory. Finally, another Chrome Katana user, and in my mind, one of the best ones in the entire game. The thing about Theory, what sets her apart from the other two big Chroma Katana users, particularly Ichion and Percival, is that she has more of a focus on single target damage fights that go on for longer durations, in comparison to Percival, who tends to thrive more in encounters with a lot of ads or just in day-to-day play. What makes Theory so special, though, is that she is one of the few notable ice-type tanks in the game. Of course, there's also the existence of Godfrey, but in particular, I guess the only other big ice-type tank would be Poppy QT Pie, but, you know, goodness knows we talk about that one too much on this channel. But here's Theory. Very, very solid, and the main reason why is because of her passives that let her gain more damage to the enemies that are targeting the user. So let's have a look at her first passive. This is Conviction, and the thing about Conviction, obviously when you max it out at level 5, you get a whopping 50% damage for enemies that are attacking you. But here's the kicker though, being the ice type, and if you're the type of person to go build up your orbs as fast as possible, Theory can do the stage 1 and 2 blade fusion combos into a dark or earth type orb. So if you have an earth type or a dark type in your team, then they can finish it off for you for their level 3 combo. And the best way to do this, in my mind, is just to spam 2 level 2 combos, and in this case that's going to be Frost Banish. The thing about Frost Banish is that you do 100% damage to enemies that are targeting you, and that stacks with this particular passive, so it brings it up to 150%. That is 150% damage that you will get just for doing your job of being the tank. It is really, really good. And of course, there's also Steadfast. This is a fantastic passive just because you get break resistance. If you can't get a break inflicted on you, then that means that there can't be a topple, launch, or smash on you. You're saving yourself a lot of heartache with this 70% chance. There is also Aerial Flash Dance, a whopping 400% physical damage. That's just a lot for a counterattack, and honestly, it's just nice damage to have overall. Now, I know I talked a lot about Frost Banish as the special, but the other two ones are pretty notable as well. Rebel Sister, you probably won't make much use of this one, again, mainly just due to the fact that this is much more spammable Frost Banish, so level 3, it's pretty good. Additional critical damage if you can get it. Pretty nice if you're trying to run a crit build. And there's Ice Slash, which increases the aggro drawn from your specials. Like, the thing about this, though, is that it's actually fairly easy to maintain aggro if you are the player tank, but if it is an AI control tank, and if you want to just try to do that, then that might work in their favor. Otherwise, though, you will spend most of your time using Frost Banish. Now, for the Ox Cores, I would heavily recommend any sort of buff to the damage of people that are fighting you. So earlier we said it was 150%, this adds another 30%. 30% is really, really good because, yeah, it brings it up to 180%, again, just for doing your job. You're the tank, people will be attacking you, and now they're going to be getting 180% damage to the face. And of course, Fast Blade Switch 6 is what I have. You can get this from doing Cosmos' exclusive quest, but if you don't have that, feel free to replace that with a level 5 or even level 4. We're going to be using the same exact concept that we had with the Cosmos video that I uploaded a couple of days ago. We're going to actually be cycling through all 3 katanas, but we're going to be keeping the focus on Theory for the demonstration, and we're going to be going straight for the damage. We're going to be stacking the increased damage from the accessory World Tree Drop. So that's going to be, let's just say we had everything going for us. That's going to be 250% plus 180. That's a good old, my goodness, I'm trying to do math right, 430% damage. Really, really easy. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing for today's thing. And of course, being a non-random blade, you can actually put her on any driver that you wish. She is not random whatsoever, you just have to do a long quest for it. And I would highly recommend it on Morag, just like I would with most of my Chroma Katanas, but again, feel free to experiment if that's not your cup of tea. Anyways, we're going to cut the video, and I'll see you at the demonstration. Alrighty, so here we are once again at Temperantia, and we're going to fight against Pernicious Benf. using a ice-type tank. Man, deja vu, isn't it? So one of the things about Pernicious Benf is that he has a lot of nasty tricks up his sleeve. In particular, the fact that he has almost no cooldown for his Berserker Fang. It's nuts. Thankfully though, we're going to be using we're going to be using 3 Chrome Katanas for this particular fight. And the nice thing about that is that it means that we're going to have no shortage of the, what's it called? Invincibility frames. We're going to be taking quite a nice advantage of that. And what's going to be happening here though is that we're going to be making use of the World Tree drop with all the different switches. So it takes about 21 switches or 7 cycles of all this that you've been seeing just now. And once we have that though, like, we're going to be in a pretty good position to do some serious damage in conjunction with her passives. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and use this. This should clue in Nia to switch into Nim. I would like very much to do that. Since I'm being knocked back, I might as well also just use this as well. This will build us an Earth Orb, but for this particular fight, for the purposes of showcasing what Theory is all about, we're actually not going to finish off the boss with the chain attack, I promise. We're not going to do it this time. Although I have been tempted. I actually, prior to this recording that you're watching right now, I actually did do this with Artifice Ophion, which was, it was a bit of a struggle, but, you know, it's just one of those things. And then I actually was gonna run that one, but then that fight actually took 20 minutes. And I commentated the entire thing, but I thought to myself, no, I think that might be a little bit off-putting for some people. So, we're not going to do that. Now, one of the other things, too, is that, like, when you have 3 of these Chrome Katanas, then you'll have invincibility for days. One thing I wanted to let you guys know, I did not mention this in the Percival video, though I totally should have, is that never ever ever cancel your invincibility frames, because, like, well, never cancel your Eclipse Blade into a different art, because you're gonna, you know, cut your invincibility frame short, and especially in a fight like Ben, this guy over here, he has so many active frames on his attacks, and they're all CC, and they're all heavy damage, particularly the Beast Train. Like, if you just leave it as is, if you don't touch any buttons, then you're actually going to have so many invincibility frames. I think like 3 seconds worth of invincibility. That's an insane amount of time. So you see over here, same thing's going on. Yeah, I guess we'll just, yeah, do this attack. But that's kind of the thing though, is that you'll also have the Nim Earth Orb in reserve, so if you ever feel that that's going to be a thing that you'll need, then totally go for that. It's also a team heal, so why not? Okay, Beast Crash, hate this. Ugh, okay, so I managed to get the first hit. It's a very, very annoying attack, I don't like it at all. And it's also potentially going to be the thing that ends up wiping you, so also keep that in mind. Go straight for the Permafrost Crash. I've found personally that it's best just to go for a Permafrost Crash straight away. It's best to just stay healthy the entire time, because the thing is that there's like very little delay in between them announcing the attack and him actually doing it. That's kind of the annoying thing about Benf, is that he will be constantly doing attacks on you. He's kind of just going to mention that he's going to do the attack in passing, and then he's going to use it on you. It's very annoying. So it's best that you just go ahead and do that, and if an attack comes up, great, then you'll be invincible and you've dodged the entire thing. But if it happens anyway, then bad. You should probably just, like, at least you'll have full health. Here comes Berserker Fang again. The best thing to do is just switch to a blade and use your Eclipse Blade. The thing is, though, is that using this against Artifice Ophion is actually quite easy. Like, it's a very easy fight to use Theory against Artifice Ophion. It's just, it was very lengthy, even with all the damage boosts that we got, because that guy just has so much health. He also can't get hit by any driver combos. Like, if I had Tora on my team, or if I had built my team to be more, I guess, driver combo centric, then maybe we'd be singing a bit of a different tune right now. But, you know, that's just for another day. Go ahead and cancel this too. Ooh. I'm not even going to bother with the quadruple slash. Just going to use some more damage. Now, Nia's also planning for the Cold Snap, but like I mentioned earlier that the synergy between Aegeon and Theory is quite nice, because the level 3 combo of Aegeon is the exact same effect. The thing is, though, is that Nia currently, for this battle, is going to be our main source of healing through Nim, so I'd rather just not deal with that. Okay, we're at full health right now, pretty comfortable position. He's gonna use a Beast Train. Yikes. I managed to invincible my way through that entire thing. Now, the thing about Chroma Katanas, what I really like about them, is the fact that if you're trying to learn a super boss, Chroma Katanas are the best moveset to be using for that end. The reason being that, like, if you have the ability to dodge, then you have a better understanding of how an attack is going to work. Here comes Beast Crash. Stop. And yeah, the thing is that you have an idea of how the attacks are going to work, and then you can invincible your way through that. So even if you don't necessarily win, at least you understand the movement. Yeah, and you want to quickly cycle, evasion, awesome. And we're kind of just gonna wait for Theory to come back. She's a level 6, fast. Okay, here we go. Probably grab a health potion if I can. Getting a little greedy here. From a Frost Crash. Okay, I think we're in pretty good shape right now. I'm gonna go ahead and just build a level 2. Oh, never mind. Okay. He's just gonna go ahead. I could just tell. Like, I could feel that he was about to just one-shot me out of nowhere. Man. One of the things, too, though, is that, yeah, the more and more experience you have with this particular fight, eventually, like, you know, because you're also kind of, you know, what I'm doing right now is just essentially handicapping myself. Oh, I tried to use the invincibility, but quadruple slash took way too long to finish off. And now the aggro is on Zeke, but thankfully Nia's the one that's going to save me this time. That's nice. So let's go ahead and just, yeah, we're just going to build blade combos like usual. Do you know what? I'm not even going to bother trying to go for aggro. One of the problems with Benf is that he tends to not care about aggro. Like, I actually was spamming quadruple slash, which is supposed to bring up the aggro, while also spamming the level 1 combo, which is also supposed to be an aggro boost, but for whatever reason he just plain didn't care. Any other boss he would have cared, but that just didn't happen here. So again, just going for whatever little damage that I can get, while also keeping the team healthy. So here we go. Again, like, the best way to gain aggro anyway is just to spam arts, which is why it's very easy to get aggro if you're an attacker type. Here we go. And I'm pretty sure we're more or less good to go. I don't know, I actually lost counts within like the first 9 switches. But if not though, then this would more or less be my opportunity. You have to keep doing stuff if you want to win any of these fights. Here comes the Beast Train. Goodness, hate this attack. And now Nia has the aggro, that's fine. Okay. Because yeah, I could use Cold Snap to then just to have Nia use Boreas to heal. That could also work out as well, but I felt like we should just use Theory more often for this particular video, because it is the Theory video. Now, what else can I say? I mean, yeah, when I was mentioning that, like, learning bosses is a lot easier when you're using Chroma Katanas, it's because of experiences like this. Not to mention that it also feels like you're more of an attacker anyway. Also, the aggro's on me, that's nice. So what's going to happen here is that I'm going to revive Nia, and then I'm just going to run to keep all focus away. The Poison Breath is a line of sight area of effect, so I don't want anything to do with that one. Here we go. Won't be able to make a meter like that, but hopefully Nia should heal me, right? Yeah, healing Halo. Okay. Yeah, and permafrost crash, because that Berserker Fang, my goodness, you see the damage that thing does? Once Pernicious Benf gets to stage 2, he's one of the harder bosses in the game. Like at least with Artifice Ophion, there's a bit of telegraphing when it comes to, oh, this super big attack sounds really scary, and it's gonna happen. Like, your imminent demise is as imminent as they come. But then when it came to this particular boss, it's like, oh, by the way, die. You know, it's a piece of work is what it is. Oh my goodness, that Beast Train does so much damage. Please heal me. Thank you. Okay, so this is the part of the fight where you want to just be holding on to your Eclipse Blade. I really don't like the fact that I have a quadruple slash right now. I probably should have just switched out quadruple slash for something else. But the thing is, though, is that most of the attacks tend to be a little bit slow. Okay, so here we go with my next one. And this should be another Permafrost Crash in my pocket. Should I use it immediately? Okay, there we go. You know what, while doing this one, because at least I'll build the meter, I won't get the damage from the quadruple slash, but like I said earlier, it's super slow. I'd rather just build the meter from the cancel so that I can continue the process again, keep myself alive. Oh, man. Okay, here we go. Once more. Alright, just kind of keeping in reserve. Like, once I see a scary attack of text appear, I'm just gonna go ahead and start mashing. If it's Beast Train especially. Then, oh, Beast Crash. Oh boy. Yeah, look how much invincibility that is. High invincibility. Yeah, go grab a potion. Stall for some time. Oh, this is terrifying now. This is like the really scary part of the fight. Here we are. Yeah, not even gonna bother with that. I'm gonna try to reposition myself so I can get Zeke back into play. Okay. Oh no. Oh, that was a clutch save right there. I switched straight into a Gion and then started matching Eclipse Blade. I want very much to get Zeke back. Okay, Zeke back, and now we'll go heal. Awesome. So now we're gonna be a fully healed party, but it's still important that I position myself as the tank into a much safer range. Should be okay though. And also that plus button, like, because you know how I said that I wouldn't use the that I wouldn't use chain attacks to finish off the boss. Man, like I must say my plus button is looking very, very appealing right now. Such a scary, disheartening fight. But no, we have a full party though, so like honestly, I'm not super worried about that. Although that was my fault for not positioning myself away from Zeke. Okay, Berserker Fang, sure, why not? Go ahead. Use Berserker Fang. As long as I can keep myself healthy. Also, I'm filling up my Eclipse Blade fairly fast as well. Okay, here we go. We can get some extra. Actually, this should be a kill. Yes! Theory does quite a bit of damage once you give her the chance. That's the thing though, a whopping 430% if you have 21 switches in one battle. It's very, very nice. But yeah, that is the Theory fight. Wow, that is like 8 minutes faster than the Artifice Ophion fight, and twice as exciting actually. Eventually that fight just becomes a slog. Anyways, that is the Theory showcase. Very, very solid Chroma Katana, and like I mentioned earlier, she is not a ransom blade. You can feel free to put her on any driver that you wish. You have full control over that. Personally, I would recommend putting her on Morag because her moveset complements it very, very well, and she also complements Aegeon, which is Morag's exclusive blade. But if that doesn't work out for you, feel free to put it on anyone else. If I were to compare Theory to the other Chroma Katanas, particularly with Percival, I would say that Theory comes out on top in battles that are super drawn out, such as the one that you witnessed just now, whereas Percival is more like day-to-day, fighting against random enemies, or boss fights with a lot of ads on them. But yeah, that would be the main reason why you would pick her though. And Theory is just a very good blade overall. Granted, you have to do a lot of quests to get the most out of her to finish her affinity chart, but definitely worth it. And her twin sister is also a blade that's worth getting, and believe it or not, she's next. So I hope to see you guys when that happens. Take care, everyone.